Testing, testing. All right, let's see if this thing works. It's working, yeah. All right, guys, you haven't seen me today. The RPM doing shit again. I gotta finish this sumbitch. So I went ahead and changed clothes. I put on a nice shirt and I changed up my underbreeches, and this time my puck ain't hanging out the hole. And anyway, you know the deal. So I'm gonna do the electric and then hook up the tubing, and I gotta climb up there with the vacuum pump, pull the vacuum, all that shit. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Why in the world are you doing all this shit? I had somebody yesterday ask me, why don't you just, you got millions of dollars in cryptocurrency, why don't you just pay somebody? Look, I've averaged about $5 to $10 an hour for the past 5 years. If I can build something myself or fix it myself or save money by engineering something and doing it myself with my own 2 hands, and hopefully my kids will see this. Usually Bobby would be here and we'd be doing stuff together. He's learning stuff. These skills, they're priceless, right? So if I hire an electrician, for example, to put that wire in last night, they'd probably do a more professional, better job, probably use real Romex. Probably 700 bucks. I did it in 30 minutes while dragging a phone around with materials I already had. So I saved the money. So I'm making my own $75, $100, $150 an hour doing the shit myself. Okay, I built this whole house by myself back in 2000. Me and my wife did. Built the whole thing myself. Now, I did hire the roof. It's a 12-12 pitch roof. I hired some Mexicans. Okay, 500 bucks. They were done before I got back from Lowe's with some caulk. At 11 o'clock in the morning, they were finished. I mean, it was crazy. 20 of them climbing all over it like a bunch of cockroaches. So there's some cases that you're better off hiring stuff out if it's economical and it's not going to, it's going to kill you to try to do it yourself. The rest of it, I built the piece of shit myself. So anyway, why in the world would I hire somebody to put in a mini split that I could buy off a Home Depot for $544 and put in myself? You know how much a 12K mini split installed will cost you? About $10,000. So I'm saving $9 grand, and it's taking me 3 days just screwing around 2 or 3 hours a day. Add that up, how much money I'm saving. Think about it. So consider doing shit yourself. Really. Stop being lazy, sitting on your ass in front of a computer, or, oh, I gotta work today, whatever job you, look, insurance agent, whatever. This guy that was complaining about me, why in the world don't you just, use some of your money and hire somebody? I don't wanna wait 6 weeks for them to get here, first of all. Second of all, I don't want them to steal my materials. Third of all, nobody works on my shit but me. If somebody's gonna fuck it up, it's gonna be me. You see the car in the garage? The transmission needs to go in? Yes, it hasn't been gotten to yet. $2,000 is what people want to swap out a transmission. That's just labor. Didn't pay me $700 for the car. So I'm gonna do it myself. Me and Bobby are, for his car. It's fine. I've always worked on my own shit. There's no need to feel sorry for me because I do my own work. You should be impressed. You should try and do some of this shit yourself. Okay? Stop complaining, go buy some fucking tools. I got $150,000 worth of tools on this property. Why? Because I've been doing this shit forever. And it's an investment. How can it be an investment? Them tools, you're not gonna sell them later. No, I'm not gonna. Why would I sell tools? Every time I see tools for sale somewhere at a flea market or a garage sale, I buy the shit. Because it allows me to take these hands while I still can and do shit myself. So I'm tired of the criticisms about do it yourself and all that crap. You should hire somebody and all this shit. I heard somebody to pump out my septic tank. It's right around the corner over here. The guy back, look, what up? Am I gonna pump out my own septic tank? No. I don't have a pump. I don't have a place to put the sewage. I don't want to dig in that nasty mess. But guess what? He backed his truck up in here and caved the rear wheels right through the damn top of it. And I wound up having to rebuild the concrete and everything on the top of it with a bunch of plywood forms and shit like that and everything. Slopping around in damn sewage and turds and toilet paper and all that crap. Why not have to fix it myself? I chased him out of the yard with a gun. So every single time I go to hire somebody to do something for me, if they show up at all and don't take my money and leave, they fuck shit up. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. And it's just worse now because you can't find quality labor, people that care. Nobody's going to care about working on my piece of shit house more than me. So I'm going to do a better job. It's just the nature of the way things are. I'm not saying there's not good mechanics out there. I'm not saying there's not good tradesmen that do electrical work, plumbing, all that stuff. I'm not saying it. It's just those guys are making $150, $200 an hour, and they're picking and choosing the jobs that they want to do. And if they decide to do yours, you're going to be on a 6-month waiting list. And this is, you know, during COVID, after COVID, before COVID, it's even worse now. So people that criticize this thing are just stupid redneck, you know, bald-headed, dumb, cross-eyed dumbass, you know, thinks he's a trader and all this shit. No, I can be anything I want to be. I'm a jack of all trades, a master of many. But I'm not afraid to try shit. And it always was like that because I've always been that way. Not afraid to dig into shit and fix shit. Why? Because I got nobody else. Most of the time, I got nobody else to fix it. I was changing transmissions in my Datsun B210 on the side of Interstate 64 when I was 18 years old. Why was I changing the transmission on the side of the interstate? Well, the junkyard was 1.5 miles away. I went and swapped it out, drug the new one there, and climbed underneath the car and changed my transmission on the side of Interstate 64 in my Datsun B210. It was a stick shift, fairly light transmission. Why? Because a tow was $50 to tow me home. I was an hour and 45 minutes away from the house. That was when I was 18, okay? Nobody else is gonna change a transmission on the side of the road. We didn't have cell phones back then. You know, so my dad didn't know how to do anything. I had to do everything for him. So anyway, I'm making a rant, but it's more of a defend. I don't need to defend myself. I work on shit myself because I want to. If I stay in the chair too long, I'll die there. It's as simple as that. I got to get out and I got to do some stuff. I'm doing this for me. Ironically, I'm putting in this mini split to cool a little mini data center I'm building upstairs in my closet for the next version of the Tradeometer at tradeometer.com. I know it's crazy, right? That's not the only thing that's going in there. There's some AI servers that are going in there for doing AI and image generation and stuff like that. But basically, the servers need to be cool. Don't let your computers and your servers and stuff run hot. Hard drives fail. All that hardware fails. You need to monitor that stuff. Listen, I wouldn't be telling you this because I read it somewhere in a book. This dumbass right here has burned up more hardware than you can possibly imagine. I got box fans strapped to shit everywhere. Okay, keep the shit cool or you wind up with nothing. And don't lose your data. Sign up for my RPM backups. Decentralized data scattered all over the world. Here I go, selling something. I'm not even trying to sell it. I'm just trying to promote data safety. 24,000 servers all over the world, decentralized, decrypted, encrypted and then decrypted when it comes back to you, sharded and spit out on 24,000 servers. Half of them can go down from a thermonuclear war and your data is still available somewhere, at least when the internet comes back. Don't let your shit rot on a bad failing hard drive. They don't make shit worth a damn no more. Shit don't last. I got hard drives and servers that have been running for 10 years without a reboot. Go to reboot the thing, won't come back. Okay? So back your shit up. How did I get on this topic? Anyway, don't be afraid to DIY. You should not be ashamed. I'm not ashamed for doing everything myself. I used to have tire machines in my shop so I could mount my own tires and balance my own tires. Then I found a guy down the street that's got a brand new balancer and a brand new mount machine he'll let me use, or I'll drop the wheels off. He charged me $20 to mount and balance 4 tires. But he's down the road, I trust him. He's a pretty cool dude. He's got a nice shop, thinks the way I do and everything, and we're friends somewhat. So he's always treating me right. So I sold my tire changing equipment. But I don't want to go into a big rant about the Sears. You know, most people go and have tires put on their cars at Merchants or Firestone, or, you know, even RPM goes and gets tires put on his car. It's not because I don't know how to do it. It's because I don't have tire machines. I did for a little while and used them once and then sold them because they were taking up so much room in my shop. I always worked on my own cars, changed out my engines, changed out my transmissions, changed my oil, changed out alternators, all that stupid shit, water pumps, timing belts, all that crap. A kindergartner can do it, okay? Especially with YouTube nowadays. Oh my God, I didn't have YouTube. I had to figure everything out myself, write the shit down if I didn't remember. Anyway, what am I ranting about? Yeah, so go to Sears, get 4 rubbers put on your Honda Accord, you leave. 2 days later, left front wheel comes off on an exit ramp and passes you. Because bouncing up, down across the tube, boom, ground my rotor down another. Let somebody else work on your shit and you die from it. I don't trust anybody, except for a handful of people that I trust. And it ain't meant, I can't even name them. I don't even know who it would be. Trust yourself, do your own shit, and don't take criticism when people look down on you and call you some stupid, dumb redneck, non-technical skills and all this shit. I got technical skills beyond, I pretend to be a dumbass. Anybody can do the shit, you just got to put your mind to it. I guess that's the moral of the story. Anyway, I better shut this video off now because this is more of a rant and less about working on my shit. It's a beautiful day out tonight. I'm kind of hungry. I think I'm gonna let the dog out and throw some steaks on the grill. By the way, I don't mind going to a restaurant and let somebody else cook because most of them are better cooks than I am, except for maybe pork barbecue. But I think I'm gonna cook some steaks and me and Teensy are gonna sit outside for a little while. And I'm gonna drag out the vacuum pump that I bought probably 20 years ago to do HVAC work. I put all this shit in, of course. None of it's right. Still running 20 years later. Oh, I guarantee that's gonna blow up. 20 years later, there it is. Change out your capacitors and your fucking heat pumps every year. They're $10, they're cheap. Buy them off of Amazon. Go inside the thing and look at it. You're usually like, I don't know, 45 microfarads, and then there's another side that's 5 microfarads, that's the average size. Figure out what you got, buy a shitload of the damn things, and change them out in your damn compressor, your outdoor compressor unit, every single year. Because when the son of a bitch goes out in the 95-degree heat, and you go calling the HVAC guy, if there's one available, and even if you tell him, I think it's the capacitor because it's just humming, it won't start. He knows what it is. He's probably got one on the truck, okay? He's 6 hours away. 3 days away, and wants $300 when he gets here. Change out your own shit, preventative maintenance. Capacitors go bad, period. They go bad all the time in everything. Computers, you name it. Now, I'm not saying go change your damn capacitors in your computer, but change the son of a bitches in your damn HVAC equipment. Now, I don't know about these little mini splits. I've got 4 of them on the property out here. Sure, they got capacitors in them too, but both of my mini splits have been running 6.5, 7 years, no issues, just clean the filter, that's it. So, maintenance, guys, do your own maintenance. Don't wait until your oil needs to be changed, your transmission fluid needs to be changed. Don't wait for all that shit to break, because you'll wind up doing like me and having to do the repairs yourself because you can't find anybody, or because you can't afford to get repairs done, or you can't find anybody reliable. Or somebody takes your money, takes your first $1,000 and says, I'll be back next Monday, and never shows up. Then you find out they use the wrong name. This shit's plastered all over Facebook, people talking about this shit, complaining. Anybody know who this guy is? That's Fred. No, it ain't. His name is Sam. I mean, it's like they're plastered all over the place. And then you finally see somebody else, I'll take your money, come by here, I'll fix it tonight. And that might be a good guy, he might do that. But who wants to go through the hassle of losing all their money? And the frustration and everything. Some of these contractors and some of these tradespeople and mechanics and stuff, they give the good guys a bad rap, but you don't have to deal with none of it. Just figure out how to do the shit yourself. Do it yourself. BYOB. I've always said that since I was like 18 years old. I've been self-employed. I'm 55. I just turned 55 a month ago, less than a month ago. BYOB, be your own boss. And don't be your own bitch. Be your own boss. Because I'd rather fuck it up myself and then learn how to fix it myself than pay somebody else to fuck it up. Got it? So that's my, yeah. That's, you know, I don't get on camera much. Maybe never. Maybe I shot some TVs or something out here or something. Other than that, just, if I died right now, and I might, by the way, we all have expiration dates stamped on us somewhere. Mine apparently is in my colon. But I got an exit only, you know, policy going on down there, so I don't know what the actual expiration date is, but my bet is just like food, you can eat it after the expiration date, it's still good. But I'm doing this because I'm just trying to pass on. I'm not old enough to think I'm wise or anything like that, but I know I am wise because I get proven that I'm wise over and over and over again the hard way. But I'm sharing this shit because some of this stuff is like global philosophy, how you think about shit and how you learn shit as you get older. And if I had known half the stuff that I know now back 25, 30 years ago, oh my God. I mean, now I work on shit because I want to. Because I want to make sure it's done right. I take pride in my shit, even though it's half done, halfway done. People say, oh, that's gonna blow up, it ain't done right. Okay, yep. What a drain my own septic tank. If it, anyway. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you agree, make a comment. If you don't agree, make a comment. I know what I'm saying and generally doesn't apply everything, but almost everything I do myself. I mean, I can't remember the last time I literally paid somebody to do something for me. It's just like putting this heat pump in. My son Bobby would have been here, but he's with his mom. And he needs to spend time with her. He hasn't seen her, talked to her in about 7 years, up until about 6 months ago, he started talking to her. And that was his choice for the most part. It was a hard choice. She made a hard choice for a lot of us. I'm glad to see that happening, but it's forced me to come out here and record this shit and me put it in myself. You guys watch some of my other videos. I took that damn Sumner lift that I've been hiding in the shop that helped me build this house 20 years ago, drug it out here myself, and lifted that damn heavy ass 125-pound piece of shit up there and stuck it on the wall. By myself. Didn't have any help. Neighbors next door, I wanted Mike to come over, but he was asleep. Him and the baby were asleep in the bed. It would have taken probably him 5 minutes to stick it up, get on the ladder and stick it up there, but I did it the hard way. It took 3 hours. I had to dig some holes, the thing wouldn't fall. Anyway, watch that video if you want, but just take your time, use your noggin. It's brains, not brawn. Tools, I mean, collect tools. You know, I can't tell you the last time, sorry about the AC was loud. Can't tell you the last time I rented a tool. I just could buy the damn thing. I mean, I can show you a $700 tool I bought to use one time. It's a pneumatic Hilti drill for drilling in concrete. I burned up 2 DeWalt drills trying to drill some holes in that old concrete. And then when I put my car lift in, you're supposed to lag them down to the concrete. Burned up 2 drills. Oh my God, my arms had swollen up and everything. Just sitting there pushing, putting all my weight on it. Got 1 hole drilled. That ain't good enough. I went to see what it would cost me to rent one of those big Hilti hammer drills. $125 deposit, $125 a day. 2-day minimum. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna spend $300 and go to General Rent-A-Center and rent that thing, come back here, do the job in 15 minutes and then carry it back. Do I have other holes around here I could go ahead and drill while I'm at it? So I bought a used one on Facebook Marketplace for about 600 bucks. They were brand new, they were like 750. I think I got a whole box full of drill bit. I could go show you, but anyway. Came home with it, plugged it in, right, I mean, a hole took 30 seconds. The whole job with like 10 holes took 5-10 minutes. I mean, it was so quick, one hand. I've got that drill now. Guess where I used it again? I had to go drill through some blocks over there when I was mounting one of these brackets on that brick house next door. Here, I'll show you. See that heat pump that I put in over there? You can see it right above the windshield on that Toyota that they're working on. See it back there mounted on the wall? I made some brackets just like that. Don't buy them cheap ass Amazon pieces of shit. They come in a little box. It looks like, I don't know, like 2 feet long or whatever, and it's got all the pieces in it with a bunch of nuts and bolts and shit. Just go to Lowe's or whatever and go ahead and buy the unistrut that's made out of gold. It's gold plated now, by the way. Made out of real 24 karat gold. There you go. Yeah, it's like 35 bucks for a 10-foot stick. I chopped it up in the parking lot at Lowe's with a cordless sawzall. Came home, tacked it together with my welder. There you go. A lot stronger than things that you buy. You know, be creative. It cost me 35 bucks instead of spending $35 for a box full of cheap, flimsy pieces of pop metal. They're going to rust. So that's just an example of just the last 24 hours. Constantly just trying to be creative everywhere in your life. Open your mind and try to be creative. I'm a professional problem solver now. Occasionally I get paid to fix shit. A lot of times I don't. I still fix shit. I just don't really get paid. But I could. Sometimes I do. But anyway, problem solving. That's what life is all about. You're never going to go a whole day without a problem. You're always going to have a problem somewhere. So if you're older than 20 years old, you probably know this by now, but it only gets worse. So learn how to fix shit, learn to be creative, learn to be frugal if you need to be. Don't be afraid to spend money when you need to, when you know it's a valid investment, when you know it'll pay off. Don't get yourself in a situation where you're forced to be at the mercy of some other individual. Don't be at the mercy of working for somebody and you're at the mercy of them paying you on time or not, or paying you at all. Don't do that either. And the other way around, when you're supposed to be paying somebody else to fix something for you that you need fixed or built or whatever, and they tell you they'll be there Monday and they took a deposit from you or whatever, be ready for them to take off with your materials and go collect on 5 or 6 more other jobs and don't do none of them, and then wind up on Facebook, people chasing after you. Then they change their name. That shit happens all the time. Learn how to do shit yourself. YouTube, there's 250 billion YouTube videos on do-it-yourself shit. And a lot of them are very good. Mine are junk. I'm just trying to get a point across. Do the shit yourself. And don't be ashamed. And don't take shit from nobody. And yes, I'm a bald-headed, cross-headed redneck. Okay. Hillbilly, sandbilly, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I don't care. Put something in front of me and tell me to fix it or build it or come up with a solution, and I will. Period. With nobody's help. Nobody's help. And then I'll share it with everybody else. So I hope you continue to watch my crappy channel with 725 subscribers. Never got monetized. My son Bobby, he goes and puts out anyway. Guy's making $10,000 a month and works an hour a week. I hope he watches this. I'm proud of him. I love my son. But it would be nice if he would take more interest now that he's older in how things are built and how things are put together. Because, like I said, we all have an expiration date at some point. I'd rather for him to learn what's happening here and all this stuff we're doing, so he'll know how it's built, so he'll know how to fix it, where the wires are run, where the pipes are run, whatever. Just the basics. He can pick up from it. He's a smart kid, but he can learn a whole lot more from his daddy, doing it with his daddy, helping his daddy. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. RPM doing shit, talking shit. Anyway, I love all of you. Appreciate you if you made it to this point. I appreciate you. I'll see you later. RPM's out.